Day here on the job site, getting our steel beam up.
There's a lot of termites.
A bunch of termites in there?
Yeah.
Are you taking part of that top plate off?
Yeah.
Here we have it, the W54 by 10. That's 54 pounds per foot. That is how they determine the thickness of the steel. And then that's 10 being 10 inches. So you got 10 inches of height and then 54 pounds per foot. So that's about 1,100 pounds of weight. Hey John, there's a fridge here. We should find which ones are cold and put a little T there, ready to connect a little piece and a piece of PEX. We're at our job site here and framers are getting things done. Let's see what they're doing today. So a few weeks ago, this was all open. We finally have some TGIs up in place. And soon we're gonna get all that sheathing and then sheet this entire second level. No more posts, open kitchen. It's gonna be much better. Hi, Thomas and Janet, real quick. This is what you're looking at in the cast iron. Most of it's like this. There's something funky in an offset going right there, and then it dives into the garage right here. And then there's roots under here. And then it exits here, goes down here, and then it goes straight out to the street. My guy over here is recommending is intercept that line, come straight here with a 4-inch, undermine underneath here, connect to it, and eliminate this whole part that's underneath the garage and over to there. This is going to catch a lot of toilet paper, etc. One thing the guys did do yesterday is double clean out. Hey Uziel, next time I see you, gotta figure out an idea for this. Hi Thomas and Janet. There is a bit of a conflict in the plans with it showing a conventional framed roof here with a beam. And then on the structural, it shows the regular trusses to go here. So we can do a vaulted ceiling still with trusses, but it'll be 16 inches taller to be a scissor truss. And then you could do a fake beam in the middle. If you'd like to go that route, I already have Robert with the truss company working it out. We have the height to do that. 1911 will just be taller, and then it'll meet up with our parapet wall a little bit higher than what it is right now. So here's just like a little sketch over. So meeting here with Cal, heating and cooling. We're talking about the 12-inch duct there. We could build a chase out here, have that big old duct come up into the soffit and into the truss area. There'd be nothing in the bathroom other than we could put a heat fan in the bathroom.
We run 2 line set, 1 line set that will come up, drill through there, put a cassette right here in the middle of the office.
So a cassette would be flat with the roof, going to the office, a cassette in there.
9,000 BTU cassette, you can bring over here and we can put 1 cassette right the middle of the room, and that can put a 12,000 BTU.
Okay, what about a 3rd cassette for down below?
If they decide, they can put another cassette here.
4th? Or
they can go up to 5.
Okay, if we do cassette, 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 and then 1 cassette down below, that, and then a mini split out there on the roof, then
that would cover
it. Double joist, and box in for a 2x2 cassette. It's afternoon, about 5 p.m. Birds are chirping. So we framed up a 2nd level. We're still waiting on trusses to come. We increased the height of this multi-panel door. We raised this header up to the 2nd plate. And by doing that, we added an additional 4 inches of height. Original plan, post down here in the center of the kitchen. Then there was all these lowered beams going across. So then we flushed up this beam, All these used to be lower. We flushed up everything in the kitchen. Now you have this big open concept. Got rid of the post. After getting rid of that post, we had to bring our gas and electric over into the island. Now we're going to add a skylight and open this up. This beam is right in the way of a vent. We were originally thinking a recess vent, not going to work. And then we were thinking a surface mount, we could run it up, make a little bit of a chase, and then run it over and out. After much thought, the owner decided to do a concealed vent, which will raise up from the countertop. What we're gonna do to make that happen is we're gonna put the venting under the ground in the concrete. Rather than tying to the existing lines, which go underneath the slab, I wanted to isolate the new addition from the existing house. I also put in 2 isolation valves so that could get turned off, and if ever needs to get rerouted, easy to fix. This is where we'll come in, right where the sewer line is exiting the building. We're going to share this trench with the water. We'll come in with the water here, go under the ground. That will isolate this whole addition up above here from the rest of the house. Before we get up to the upper level, we also made changes to the stairway to give it an open concept. We added that PSL as well as this PSL. We added this post, and then these stairs will have a nice open concept. There'll be a railing all along here, and then these stairs will be open treads. This will be a future deck. It'll also have sleepers, and we're gonna put actual Ipe decking over the waterproofing. That'll be nice. Wake up in the morning, come out here, sip some coffee, trees right there. And this deck will be extended out to there, which will be a really nice feature. Can add some furniture over here now. Over here, I added an attic access. That's gonna be really nice to have, to be able to get to all our utilities, our HVAC, etc. We're gonna add a skylight over here. Guys actually need to frame that in. I need to talk to them about that. We have our slope on our 2x12 framing. All that will slope down, and then it'll slope to that corner over there. And then there'll be a high-low drain in that corner. Hi, Rochelle. When you talk to the engineer, the owners would also like to level up this door height. I'm uncertain if the owners just want to extend this door a little bit, get another 1.5 inches, 2 inches of door width, which is just a tiny bit more than what's existing, and then just go up, or if we want to do more alterations on this shear. Hi, Janet and Thomas. So my solution here is reverse blower, cut this down to below 7.5 inches, bring this over below 7.5 inches, and the gas is right on the edge. Bring that over 7.5 inches below, and then come back up with the gas. And then we'll get the stove gas right here. Blower should be able to reverse because we have 28.5 inches, and there's a little standoff. So that standoff gives us that clearance underneath to make that work. What John is doing here, he's drilling those holes to get the 1-inch gas pipe. What we'll do is we'll take that 1-inch pipe, we'll push it through from the outside and then plug up that hole at the end. We are putting up trusses. Let's go upstairs and take a look. So these are vaulted scissor trusses. One of the things that we called for is 2x6 tails instead of 2x4 tails, so that it matches the existing. And then what you have here is the heel. So in order to get the vaulted look here in the primary bedroom, we had to increase the size of that heel to 11 inches. The other spec is 24 inches out versus 18 inches. So when we stucco out here, that stucco will continue up all the way up to the rafters. easy. Hi, Carly, Janet, and Thomas. I put up these strings. Hi, Janet and Thomas. We have the Westerns. They are here. Going to have Ignacio cover those and protect them till we get them installed. We need that sheathing all completed. Guys are working on that. Going to call that in for inspection. Then we can move on starting to install windows and doors. Hey, Uziel. John moved that pipe out of the way because we got to get this electrical dialed in. I got to do all this build out because see, I got switches there I need to put in. And then this build out too on that back wall. I told Ignacio clean all the nails off. Get that ready, but need that build out done too so I can get all my electric done. So we did a framing walk about a week and a half ago. We made excellent progress with the trenches. We have a very deep trench there. What are we gonna do? We're gonna get rid of that old cast iron pipe. We're gonna connect that 4-inch. It's gonna reroute. It's not gonna go under the garage anymore. There's even roots going into it. We're gonna reroute that, and that is gonna come over here and then connect in the driveway. So let's follow along this trench. So here we are where the sewer is going to enter the building. We're also gonna have water coming out here. Shared trench, 12 inches apart, minimum per code. And that will connect here. What else? Well, we got the lighting plan for the lower level. Starting to work all that out, starting to position where those lights go. We built the pony wall for the shower. It's 48 inches high. We're going to have our valves here within the pony wall. So you walk in the shower, open the door. There's the door, and then you open. Here's your valve, turn it on. Shower head's over here. Wait for it to warm up 10 seconds and get inside the nice shower. Then above here, we have an operable skylight. We've made progress with all the roofs. We have all the sheathing up. Everything's directed, angled. We have made some more plumbing progress. This is the office. And then here we have the master bedroom. We have all the trusses up. The next things on the agenda is demo this portion of roof, extend this deck all the way to there. Then we'll get our sheathing to pass inspection, and we're really close on that. Just have some buttoning up to do. And then we can start getting in our windows and doors. And that concludes our Twisted Juniper job walk. We hope to see you again soon.